Hey guys, JB here. Look at the size of this box. This thing's amazing. Just look at the artwork on this thing. It is unbelievable. This is the King Kong of e-ink devices. This is the Quirk Logic Quilla connected e-writer. Let's get into this thing. All right guys, let's jump into this. This is the Quirk Logic Quilla 42-inch e-ink e-writer, the King Kong of e-devices. Unbelievable. I want to go over some use cases with it and talk about it and discuss what it is and how I'll use it and where it came from. First of all, full disclosure, I've never gotten a device from anybody before. Quirk Logic has sent this one down for me to use and do videos with, which is just awesome. And so thank you, Quirk Logic, for that. But I have not been compensated in any way to discuss the good, the bad, whatever about the device. They have just sent it down to me. Now, just a little history, if this is the first time watching the show, I started off with really the remarkable one years ago in really doing some videos about e-ink, and the channel kind of took off. And so this year, a couple months ago, I decided, heck, I'm going to really get into this and discuss some of these devices. People are really enjoying that. And that led me to a subscriber saying, hey, check out this device called the Papyr. So this is the Papyr made by Quirk Logic, okay? Now this was their first device. They actually manufacture and produce this device. They went out and acquired the rights to this product and put together the Papyr tablet. Now, what I want to show you, you can do the exact same thing on the Quilla that you can do on the Papyr. And for me, that's what's pretty cool. When I got this device, I have the Remarkable 2 and the Onyx products. I show you the Remarkable 2 and the Onyx products. But the difference is this device is a collaboration device, and you've heard me talk about that so much more, that you can do things on this device or on an iPad or an iPhone or on your computer. And to me, in my space and what I do, and I'm going to show you a use case here, it is an amazing device for what I'm doing. Okay, so let's just get right into it. So as you know, or maybe you don't know, I'm a coach, consultant, speaker, writer. That's what my primary business is. I coach people like rock stars I have casting directors. I coach all types of people, pro golfers, and I help them set up the structure of their life. All types of people around the world. I'm in 100 plus countries. That's what I've done for years, and I'm a speaker. When I saw this Quilla, and I just put this together last night, I just literally unboxed it and put it together. I was like, what a magical device, because now we have a device that we can work on and do our planning. We can write on it, we can erase it, we can make it smaller, and then have an unlimited canvas. We can then bring that back to normal. It's just an awesome thing where I typically use a whiteboard that I can be doing my coaching with. Now, here's where it gets amazing. So I have an event coming up Monday. I'm teaching a new system called Get It Done Now. This is the plan. You can see there's a calendar here. One of the things is this is an awesome device that runs on a very low battery, being e-ink. The battery runs for like 16 hours. So you don't even need to plug it in. You can take it wherever you want. It's on a stand, so I can take it to my retreats and to my meetings. So once you have it, what's so cool about it is, let's go to the life wheel. Let's see if I got the life wheel up. Okay, this is a wheel that we use to kind of see where somebody is in their life. Now, I'm going to change the color of the ink just because I want to make it look different. I want to show you something. So as I come up here, I've got a lot of different things I can do. I can add shapes. I can do all kinds of things. But I'm going to just change the color to blue. I have blue, green, red. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I'm going to put this here. I'm not going to get into what the tool is. I'm just going to show you kind of what we do. So as I'm talking to somebody or I'm working with somebody from stage, I'm literally working on this life wheel for them to figure out what areas of life we're going to work on. What's so cool about that, at the same time on the iPad, it is coming in blue on the iPad. Okay? So everywhere around the world, people are seeing this. And what else is cool is on the computer, when I'm doing like a Zoom room, I can share this and everybody can be interacting and seeing what's going on. Now here's what's really crazy is if somebody's on an iPad across the world and I'm working with them, one of my Australian clients, let's say, and they say, JB, I need to work on health. And they mark that up there, you're going to see it up there. I don't know if you noticed that. This is an iPad, okay? You can see it up there. And then when I see it, okay, I'm going to go back and grab my marker, and I can say, nah, you know, let's erase that. Let's keep health here. I think what we're really working on is this motivation and self-esteem. And what I want to do is I want to change that color to red and make sure this is what we're going to work on this year for the next quarter. So as I do that, you're going to see it on the computer. I'll show you that here too. And on the iPad, it is red. So it is a collaboration device. Not only can you do that, and you can do the same thing on the paper, but as you can see, I'm working with people at the same time. So as I'm doing my event on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be utilizing this device remotely here. And everybody else will be watching as I'm going through the plan, and we flip the page and we say, okay, well, how was this year? What are you doing? And as they put in what they are doing for the year, and these are my December questions, what would I want to change? How do I work less and make more money? How do I do more things that give me energy? That's what I want them to be filling out, and I can see that. Now, what's awesome is each of my individual clients can be sharing their documents with me, and I can use those on the paper to work back and forth with them on their particular planning in their business and what they're particularly working on. So as we go through these different documents, we get to finally the calendar of January. And you can see we have a whole calendar of stuff that we're doing. And again, I can put in stuff here for them to do, and it'll show up on their device, and they can come back and change it if they need to. I mean, it's amazing, amazing, amazing piece of technology. And what's cool is sometimes you have ghosting in these devices because they're e-ink. I can hit this little button called screen refresh, and the whole thing refreshes. Now, you can put these side by side by side, and you can build a whole wall of these units if you're in corporate and you want to build more tactical ideas with it. There's so many natural ideas with it. Now, there's a ton of technology in here, so these are not cheap. They retail for $5,000 because they are so technical and so big. But the uses on a corporate side are unbelievable. And for me, on a coaching side, from doing an event side and having everybody in the room together, being able to see the documents that we're working on or the individual document that I'm working with somebody, this is where my energy really works. It works with me to be up here at a board saying, okay, what is your question? Let's go back and take a look. Let's open another document and just see, okay, somebody has a question. So I can come into my whole library of documents and I can grab something and look at somebody's documents. So let me say somebody shared. I'm just going to go ahead and go into this daily CoachCast document. This was what I did today for my regular coaching show. This is all done on the paper, by the way, this device. And I'm just showing you it here on the big device. And as if I go into today's show notes, these were today's show notes. Now, this is just a handwritten text of the show. Like, this is just a regular text of the show. So what's cool is I can add notes to this if I wanted to. And if the pin style isn't matching, I can say, I want it to match that. So I can click the contextual menu and I can make the pin a little smaller. And then let's erase this. And then I can come back and do notes. It's still a little thick. Let's make the pin a little smaller. And we can put this one and we can say that'll probably be the same as the paper. So there we go. Yep. And so that's the same size as the paper if you can't make that out too good, but that's exactly the same size as the paper. So what I'm going to be doing in the future is I'm going to be utilizing this in our videos because there's a lot of things that I can do with it, and I can actually share links with you if I'm going to teach something. Like I got a spreadsheet example that I'm going to come up with soon, and I can literally, you can download the Quirk Logic app and I can share the document with you, or I can record it like I'm doing right now on Zoom, and you can see like I did on the life wheel. And again, it's so easy to go back to the library. I can click library, go back to my recent documents, and I can see right here is that last document that I was on, and I would just want to show you a couple other things. This is a pretty big workbook. This is a PDF. I can insert pages, take pages out. It is amazing. So as this loads up, I'm going to click here on the bottom, and I'm going to go to the life wheel we're just working on, which is page 9. And now, all of a sudden, on the computer where people are working, I'm going to go ahead and click this contextual menu, and I'm going to change the color to, let's go green, and I'm going to put some information here. Let me make sure. Yeah, there we go. I got it. Let's get going, okay? And so as I put that there, okay, it's hitting that, it's going in green, not only on the computer, which I'll show you, but also on the iPad. And again, I can't stress enough that when you're working with somebody, they can actually be working together with you. And I think that's what's so magical about this device and about the paper. So I don't want to discredit the paper. Like, I haven't talked about this device in a couple weeks, but I got to tell you, I'm using this more and more and more because of the connection to the collaboration to the clients and stuff that we're looking at, plans and stuff that we're working with, and being able to share ideas and thoughts back and forth. And again, I don't do anything confidential. These are all ideas-based plans that we're doing, but they do have, if you're a big company and you want even more security, you can actually set up your own network with them, which is cool, which is some people have asked about privacy, which is good. But when I'm doing my speaking, I love this. I'm actually broadcasting this on a Zoom meeting. People are watching it and they're able to interact and see exactly what I'm doing and then work on their own plan. Now, the other aspect of this, what I really like, is if you're a teacher, for example, and let's say your students send you a PDF, okay? So let's say they did their homework and they send you a PDF. You can take the same thing. Let's just go ahead and take this document. We can erase it, which is great. I can just go over it and erase everything. And we're going to erase everything. But let's just say we wanted to go, again, let's do a screen refresh just to clear up some of that ghosting, which is really nice. And then let's go ahead and click this, and I'm going to go ahead and select a pin color. I'm going to select red, right? And let's say, okay, you got this right, you got that right, you got this right. Uh-oh, that's a big X. Need to work on this, okay? Basically, you can export that PDF now as this with the red ink on it and send it to your students. So I can see the application in all over the world, especially educational with this, because I'm using it for education and the things I'm teaching. My masterminds, I teach what's called the Ascension Model, and everybody does it. Typically, we do it on a whiteboard, and they draw a, let me just grab a page, and here you go. Let's just create a new document. This is really cool. I can create a new workbook, right? And we'll put a name up here. Watch this. I'm just going to call it RTY, and then we'll just hit next, and we're going to create it. And basically, what we have done in the past is when I'm teaching the Ascension Model, I'm not even going to put any lines, even though I could. Let's say I wanted to make a line document, I could just click this. I could change the style, like we can put grids on the back, right? I can go back, and I'm going to just go ahead and go plain. But in the past, now I can launch a PDF. But this is exactly what I used to do on a white sheet of paper, and I would go like this. And then I would put the different products or services that the company or business needed in front of the group as we're teaching this in a workshop, right? And then at the end of the day, I would give the different levels and work, and I would tear that sheet off, and people would literally take that home with them, okay? They would take the sheet because they put it up on the wall so they could use it. Now, they can interact with me. They can be sitting with their iPad. They can be working at the same time with me as I'm doing the workshop, and they can take this sheet and it'll be a PDF that they can utilize and print out. How awesome is that, instead of going through white pad over white pad over white pad? So you can see why I'm excited about this device. It's literally transitioning my business to more of a collaboration partnership through people's plans. And the personal things that I'm going to use this for are amazing. And I get it. The personal side of this isn't for everybody. But when you go into this paper device, you can do it. They're updating it. They're doing split screen. I know it's coming in November. If you follow this channel, make sure you subscribe, and I will keep you updated on this device. I did purchase this device months ago, and like I said, I utilize this device on a daily basis. I reach for this now more than anything. This device now just gives me a use case, which now I can use it in my masterminds, and when we take the video of that, I'm actually going to do some of that. You'll see me utilizing this in the future, especially as we get out of the COVID world, and how I will utilize this device in my business. And I think that's the key thing. But I wanted to give you a look into the world's biggest e-ink device. How cool is this thing? I'm so pumped. It is the coolest piece of tech that I've ever worked with. I love it. I'm having fun. I mean, it's just cool. Like, it's actually a business tool instead of just a note taker. For me, and the collaboration that I do with my clients and with the people I consult with and the businesses around the world, this just makes my job a lot easier. And I found that through the paper. It's weird how things work. It all came from a comment from you. So please leave some comments below. This is a place for videos every day to talk about tech and fun things like this. What do you think about the Quilla? This thing's awesome. Quirk Logic. And by the way, by far the best customer service. They will work with you. I love them. They're awesome. Really great company. And they're working on their hardware, and it's getting better. And they're only in version 2 of their software with this. This device just came out in July. So it's a real interesting concept of collaboration. And that's really what I wanted to share with you. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll be back with you tomorrow right here on the channel. Go have a fantastic day as always, and I can't wait to see you here again. All right, thanks for being here.